How's it going, everyone? So today I'm gonna make some splits. I ordered a queen and she should be here. I want to make sure that I have them split and queenless for a couple of days, 3 days, 2 to 3 days, and then I'm gonna do a walkaway split and see if I can get them to make their own queen. So, all right, I got everything ready on my truck. I'm gonna bring stuff back there and see if I'm doing anything right. We'll find out in a month. So, all right, I'll take you along with me. Okay, so everything's set up. I got my ninja gear on and I'm gonna try this, and I'm not gonna let any of them tip this time, I hope. So I'm gonna open this hive up and get it ready so I can just keep dumping them in here. That's capped. And then there's a little bit of drone brood. Okay, so this one has a bunch of brood, nectar, and no pollen, but a lot of grubs on this side. On the other side, it's got a bunch of brood, and this far left corner over here, there's some eggs. So that's what they should make their queen cells out of. So this one's gonna go in the nuke. This one's filled with nectar, so I'm gonna take this one and put this one in the nuke. It's not drawn out on that side, but they'll draw it out. So I haven't found the queen, so I'm pretty sure she's in the bottom, but I'm gonna get a couple more resources for in this one, because this is the one I'm gonna put the queen in when she comes. And then the other hive, my nuke, is the one where I want it to reproduce their own, so I gotta make sure they have bee bread in that one. Okay, so I didn't find the queen, but I've never found the queen in that one. There's just a lot of eggs, so I know she's in there. I'm gonna take one hive, or one frame that they're using, put it up top, and add new ones for them. So my other frames didn't come in the mail yet. So what I'm gonna do is put the ends. I'm gonna use my super frames, and it shouldn't matter. The other one should come within this week, so I'll just switch them out then. What I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna go get them some pollen patty, because I took some of their resources and I want to make sure every one of them have pollen patty. So I'm gonna put a little bit of pollen patty in each one that I made. You got the pollen patty. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing in this one. I'm gonna put 2 on each end because I need these 4. And I'll just put them on the ends and that should be all right. And then hopefully within a day or 2, my other ones will come and I can put the real ones in there, the deeps. I almost forgot the pollen patty. Okay, so that one is done. I have to come back and put a strap around it. But I moved the nuke when I shut you guys off. When I went to get frames, so I wouldn't have to make a bunch of trips. And some of you guys are probably asking, like, why are you doing all this if you don't have all the equipment? Well, I'm doing it so I can stay ahead, because it's all a timing thing. So let's put it in here. So that's done. They definitely don't have the queen in there for how loud they are. But I'm starting to wonder if that other white box has the queen in it, because they weren't loud at all. And the mother hive got loud at the end, so I'm wondering if the queen's not in there. I guess time will tell. So let me explain myself. You're probably asking, like, Matt, why'd you do a split? You just got some you got nukes, this is your first year, what are you thinking? Okay, so all the research that I did, and I didn't want to say anything in any of the videos in case I didn't do it. I've been watching that one hive. It started out as our strongest hive, and then it felt like it died off, and I couldn't figure out why, but I kept watching their resources. They were packing in the pollen. They had two frames completely packed from side to side. Little bit on the top they had honey, and then in between the honey and the pollen they had a thin layer of eggs all the time. So I was like, okay, I'm watching. Every time the brood would hatch, they came back in, they put more in. So I'm like, all right, this is the one I'm making the splits off of. So what I did is I kept one of those frames in there, and I tried finding the queen to know where I was or where she was going, but I didn't find her, so I don't know what box she's in. And it's okay, because each box has a little bit of eggs, they all have a ton of brood, and then they all have pollen now, and they all have plenty of nectar. So I have a new queen coming, and she's supposed to be coming here any day. So when she comes, I'm gonna put her in the white box if there's no queen. The reason why I did 3 days is because in 3 days, I'll know by looking in all the boxes where the queen is, because she'll have eggs. Okay, so that's why I did it this way. Because I can't just go and split and not know where she is and then stick a queen in there. And if she's in that box, they're gonna attack each other and she's gonna die, so that won't work. So I have to figure out where the queen is, and that's the easiest way if I couldn't find her. And I've never found her out of every time I've ever went in that box, I've never saw her. The other queen I've seen before, but the carnelians, but I've never seen her. So sweat getting in my eyes still. So that's my whole theory behind it. So I did it. The other one I have right over there. Probably can't see it because it's in the shade, but that's the nuke. And I made that nuke when I was making a bunch of cutting boards. It's a bunch of leftover wood, so it's a little bit of cherry, black walnut, and then a lot of maple. It was a lot of stuff that had knots in it that I couldn't put in cutting boards. So that's what I did there. And I'm hoping the queen, well, I looked at those frames, she wasn't on those, so that should be okay, and they'll make a new one. They had plenty of eggs in there, and they had a solid frame of brood, and then I gave them nectar and then some pollen. So that one should explode once they get a queen. It'll be okay. I'm gonna keep my eye on it and watch it, see if I need to feed them. I gave each one a pollen patty, because I want to make sure that they are getting enough to make more brood. And you know, I just split them, and the mother colony was getting pissed. I've never ever got stung by these bees yet. I've gotten stung in the glove, but they've never penetrated until today. I had 2. One down here, which didn't even do anything. It hurt like a son of a gun. And one right here, didn't do anything, but it hurt like a son of a gun. So I got that out of the way. So now I've got, what, another million or two more probably. But it's part of having bees, I guess. So yeah, I mean, if you guys think I did anything wrong, please let me know. But from all the classes I have had and, you know, the research that I've done, that this should work. So, and we're still in June. A lot of people said for northern climates, they said don't be splitting past June. So in the beginning when I bought these bees, I was gonna split the two carnelias. I was gonna split both of them and then let them multiply, and then let the Saskatraz, I was gonna let those build up, but I got those later, so I didn't want to do that. And so the other hive that's going really strong right now, just making tons of brood and pulling in a bunch of nectar, I'm gonna have that one. I'm gonna let that one take and just let it go by itself, and maybe this fall I can take some honey off it if I add it on the super or something. So I'll let that one my strong colony, and hopefully that one will make it through winter by next year, and then I'll split that one 3 ways probably. So, and then I'm gonna let this other one build up. I'm just gonna keep pumping the food to it so they can build, because I put all new frames in there, so they're gonna have to do a lot more building again. So, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I knew the first year would be a lot of feeding and watching, and the guard bead's back again. All right, so if you like the content and you're laughing your butt off because of this one bee wants to sting me, I should probably just let it get it over with. Give me a thumbs up. I'm doing a thumbs up in my jacket because I don't have gloves on. I don't want to get stung again. And then subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. You'll get some more good content of laughing your butt off at me getting stung or something. What the heck? Glad you got to see me again, guys. Bye. There, it's finally safe. He went back home.